Fear of failure is good. Fear of failure will keep you up at night, planning and rehearsing and going over contingencies. Fear of failure will keep you training hard.
What's up, RicoCap family and traders? Wow, what a week. And here I am giving y'all another weekly update on kind of how we navigated the market, what the hell happened in the market this week, and what I'm thinking kind of moving forward too. So welcome back to the weekly recap with RicoCapital, and I want you guys to sit back and enjoy and learn a little bit more of kind of, what happened in this week if you didn't understand it, and then kind of going forward to what we can be looking for the month of October as well. So as we're kind of wrapping up September, this week was pretty crazy, especially kind of towards the middle end, as we had a lot of economical news and earnings that kind of moved the markets as well. So starting off Monday, right, you can see price action right here on QQQ range, right? Chop. We didn't really do much. We were inside of this 484, 482. Not much going on. We did try some puts out of this zone, which did work a little bit there. Still really not much to do there. SPY, kind of the same exact thing. Really ugly action. So Monday we did end up going up some QQQ puts. Made a little gain on that. But Monday we actually did IWM puts where we actually slammed all the way down there. Got them for like we slammed the 222 puts. Got them for like $1.10. They went in the money, and it was a really good trade right there from 110 all the way to I think about 150 plus. So we'll take it, right? We'll take it. Call that a day because we're trying to do less, and we knew we had a lot of economical news. As you can see, we do have it right here in the channel earnings news. Check it out. So we had PMI Monday. Really nothing really happened with that. So moved on to Tuesday, and of course we had consumer confidence. Everything in red here is what's going to move the market. We knew that GDP and unemployment claims are the biggest thing this week, and then of course Powell speaks, and then PCE. But I'll show you kind of how things reacted. So moving on to Tuesday, we see Q and SPY. Again, really not do much, but we did gap up higher on Q. And then as you can see, we did gap up, but then push right back down. And we knew that would probably happen, eat the gap right back down. But we did go Google puts, and I made a video about this already. So it was in a pretty big flag right here. We knew we're hovering over a gap at 161. We slammed puts up here at 162, rode it all the way down. It ended up hitting a low 160 down here. Chopped around, kind of did less. I can get on the 15 and kind of show you a little bit better. But it was a pretty good setup right here. We're in the flag. We took out the green, boom, 162 all the way down to 160. Call that a quick trade. Those went from, we got them for like $71. They went to like 120 plus. So very easy there. Next one we did was SPY puts on the same day. And of course, we knew that we'd probably come down and test 568, 569, and then maybe break under it. So as we were up here, I ended up slamming those puts, and we got them for $109. Ended up dropping, or those puts ended up running to 150 plus. Worked very well, and I wanted to get those for like 200, but I think the runners ended up stopping out above buy as we kind of pushed right back up. So nothing too crazy there, but this was a huge sign. As you can see, I ended up alerting some free plays on the RicoCap Twitter that banked really hard on some of these puts. Same thing, we lost 482 and shorted down to 480. I knew we'd hit 481 at least, and we ended up bouncing here pretty hard. We ended up creating an abandoned baby. And now, if I saw this at the time kind of play out, I would have known to take calls, but kind of the best case scenario after was just realizing it. But this candle pattern right here, I need you guys to pay attention to it because this is a huge deal. This one right here It's called an abandoned baby, and what it signifies is when you sell off kind of sharply and create this abandoned baby where we're gonna V-shape, and it's very bullish afterwards, very bullish. So after we saw that, I saw QQQ kind of rally back up above our 44, 42, but we ended up tagging our 46 supply and then rejecting. Right here on this candle, we tagged it again. I ended up slamming calls for a quick gain for like 300, 400 bucks, and we held. From there, that's where I ended up swinging a little bit more Q calls, knowing what's coming next. So the next day, we kind of pushed down. It was a gap down. We ate the gap pre-market back up, and we were selling those calls into this rip right here. Well, the huge talk of the town and kind of the thing was that week was MU. MU is another, technology company, and it was a huge kind of, I would say they're very, honed in on these earnings because it affected a lot of other bigger names. And this is kind of what happened with MU, because I started seeing some weird things happening, especially in the market where nothing much was happening. So I was looking for the big guys. Earnings was that following day, and I knew that if this is gonna work, MU is gonna go too, and we caught this absolute banger. So I swung puts. I alerted for the team, and some of the highlights here I'm gonna show you guys how crazy it was, right? MU, look, free play. It was an earnings play, not for everyone, risky, and look how much it paid out. Amazing. We also played Nvidia too. Nvidia was absolutely another banger that we played at the same time, and we caught this because this same day we ripped very hard and held. So we ended up ripping midday. Look how we just ripped midday with Q as we bounced. So we ended up taking some Nvidia swings. Same day. So Nvidia, 130 bucks. I alerted this free as well to the RicoCapital main Twitter, but these are all for members only. Sometimes I do give out free plays. Most times I give out free plays for anyone following the RicoCapital main Twitter. So we slammed those calls right here as it held the 120 into close. We gapped down just like Q, so we swung Q and Nvidia calls. So as we opened up, we slammed more QQ calls on this dip. We wicked a little bit because we opened up above 44 and ripped. We were selling those QQ calls into the move there. Nvidia was a beautiful trade. So we gapped down, sure, pushed right back up, and our target was 124, 125 area. We absolutely sold most into there, held the runners, and then of course the next day ended up selling at 127, where we were all out, bang, over 300% right there on Nvidia. So QQ, we absolutely sold that right there. Now we're all out of position. This is where I was kind of watching from here. I started kind of thinking, how's MU earnings gonna go? Price action is completely supporting it, and I think we're definitely going to rip overnight. So I think for that, I only alerted the QQQ call for the members. I said swing play, do not take this if you risk losing. I'm playing with profits. After the Nvidia play, and I expected everyone to take this with me. $87 turned into $583, so $800 to $5,000 you could have turned, and then beautiful move, of course. So Q ended up gapping up all the way up to 493 because of MU earnings, which, as you guys saw, we slammed those 100 strike calls right here at 95. Earnings happened. They went deep in the money as it opened up near 113, 114. Beautiful move right there. And we completely banked. I mean, completely. It was beautiful. So the amazing part about that afterwards is I was looking right here. So pre-market plans were right here. Good morning. Q Inspire up, $7. I will be selling all call positions at open. I'm booking my gains, and let's see if we eat these gaps below or rally more, because we did gap up this up right here. So of course, I said let's keep it simple. SPY below. I'm going for the gap. And of course, as it started happening, I ended up taking the SPY 573 put right there. And of course, we rejected our 574, so these went in the money, and we all the way came down back to 570, and we absolutely, banked on those damn puts. I mean, absolutely banked on the puts. Over 100, 200%. We absolutely killed it. So, I mean, very good play going into the next day on that Thursday. And then, of course, Friday, we did swing some QQQ calls, SPY calls we held this demand. Notice how we dipped, closed the gap, held 570, came right back in. Swung some SPY calls as PC data, kind of risky, but it worked. We opened up we slammed the 574, opened up kind of in the money, took a little gain, we took it, and then had some fun on Lotto Friday, which we absolutely shorted this strong candle right here at 257, came all the way down to 254. So here's the update on that. We absolutely slammed it up there. It was the 255 put, got it for $100, ended up going to 219. So very easy move right there. And absolutely incredible. I sniffed out that weakness very early on for Tesla, and knew we'd come back down to 253 area. Ended up bouncing, coming right back up. So Tesla's a strong name right now. Look how it's completely uptrending right now. Above 262.93 next week. Looks like it's ready to explode back to 270. So keep an eye on that. We did swing some SPY puts as we did break up structure right here. And it looks like we're going to drop back down to 568, possibly 566. Notice how we did break uptrend structure there. So we should bank on those SPY puts coming Monday. But my thoughts kind of, what happened and, things like that is, this was very bullish, sure, and SPY making intraday new highs, and then, new all-time highs kind of thing. The thing is, if you're bullish, you cannot be gapping up this strong to all-time highs, because we're just going to close it right back, and that's more fuel for the bears. So if you're a bull trying to continuously push this market, you cannot be gapping up. You need to be, slow and steady going with it. So the fact that SPY, essentially rejected all-time highs probably 3 times, right? We hit this supply, rejected hard, gapped up, rejected it. Came Friday, and I thought we'd hold here going into Monday. Maybe it's the start of October strong, but October is seasonality, the weakest month out of all the months. So the lowest performing as far as return. So notice how we did hold but then reject, and as we rejected, I slammed those puts. We lost the demand here, meaning sellers took over, and now we're creeping down. So it's possible October is going to be a very tough month as far as for bulls, and probably a big sell-off month too. Who knows? We're getting closer to the election, so things are getting a little dicey. Not too sure what's going to happen, but one thing I do know is I trust the zones. I tell me where buyers are at, where sellers are at, and they tell me, what to do, right? They tell me if we lose a zone, we're dropping back down to the next one. If we get above one, we're going back up to the previous one. So I know where I'm at in the market, and if you want that, you can easily go to my RicoCap Twitter, click on services, right, and it takes you straight to wap.com/RicoCapital. There you can get one-on-one mentorship, voice live, mindset coaching, exclusive YouTube videos, futures, the zones, and then of course my services where you get my daily watch list, chart analysis, live trade alerts, and you get access to the zone. So different price options too. Very fun, very cool. Join the winning team, guys. Go over to the Discord and just kind of check it out for yourself. We got member gains going crazy, right? There's an MU play. 10 days since becoming Rico's humble subject. That's so funny. Up 55%, 33% on the day. Jaquez is killing it. You know what I'm saying? So look at all this beautiful work. Joined Rico on Monday the 16th, and look at that, already killing it. So I know he had a good week as well. I'm showing my P&L as always, showing some of my plays. It's been working out since he switched teams. He's been nothing but green, and we're absolutely killing it. Look at that. 300, 400 on the day. Started with 1K 2 weeks ago. Look at that. and he's killing it. So I mean, look at that. How can you not love this? One thing I really love too is some of these members. One of these members right here, he started with $100 just 2 weeks ago, is at 673 following my plays. It's absolutely awesome, and it's not crazy because we're killing it. So go ahead, get in there, and I'll see you on the next video.
Was so quiet when you